My name is Dr. Hassan, and I am the Chief Medical Director and Chairman of this hospital, Dr. Hassan's Hospital. This hospital has been here for about 20 years now, and we do everything here that is done in a big hospital. We have different departments that cater to different things. We have an internal medicine department, surgery, orthopedics, gynae, pediatrics, radiology. And I have personally been practicing in Nigeria for about 40 years now. Yes, this hospital has been on ground for 20 years. So more or less, we started off along with Abuja when Abuja became the capital.
That's true.
Yes. And of course, I grew up in Nigeria. I did my MBBS degree from Abuja University in Zaria. And I grew up in northeastern Nigeria in a place called Yola.
Wow.
And my early career was at the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital. When I left the teaching hospital, somewhere around the mid-90s, I was director of accident and emergency there. Not just Nigeria, I think all over the world, the focus is always on the girl child. And focusing on the girl child is always more politically correct, gives people more popularity. Nobody wants to hear about the boy child,
Yes.
So I'm really happy that you're doing this. This is the first time I'm hearing of this. And it is just like the difference between the rural poor and the urban poor. I have focused a lot on the urban poor because everybody wants to focus on the rural poor.
Yes.
Because that is more politically correct, that gives you a lot of popularity.
Yes.
So you've chosen on a subject which itself indicates that you are sincere about what you are doing. Yeah, because the boy child is neglected. Yeah, so in Nigeria, I'm sure there must be other people who are working on this or who think on these lines, but with my very close interaction with the health sector, with the sector that deals with outreach programs in the villages, in the rural areas, in the poor communities. Honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing of an organization dedicated to the boy child. Human beings, when they grow up from the time of their birth, they are what they hear and what they see and what goes on around them. So everything that happens to the girl child also happens to the boy child. But there is a difference because of the way people look at them and what they expect from them. What is expected from a girl child is different, and what is expected from a boy child is different. Since you are dealing with the boy child, I will not go very much into the details of the girl child right now. Yeah, we know the kind of expectations that are there and the challenges that are there that a girl child faces. There are many.
Yeah,
but at the moment, since we are talking about the boy child, the first thing as the boy is growing up is he gets hurt and the mom says, "No, don't cry, you are a boy, be strong." You see, that is where the problem starts. Mentally and physically, the boy child and the girl child are equal, whether it comes to strength or weakness at that stage. Forget about the physical strength when they grow up. But a boy child is just as weak, as much in need of compassion and support and sympathy as the girl child when they are 5 years old or 4. But the 5-year-old boy is told that don't cry, don't show your tears, Am I not right?
Yes,
This is what is
right.
expected. And this is more or less not only in Nigeria, across the world. It's just automatically, this thing can't be a man. That's what the boy child is. So he learns now to hide his emotions, hide his pain. If he's hurt, he doesn't want to talk about it. And then the same thing happens in his peer group because every boy is coming from the same kind of family outlook. So when they are together on the football field, he falls down, he gets hurt, he doesn't want to talk about it because they will think he's weak.
Yeah.
The other boy, and each boy is in the same situation, but you see, he's now catering to the outlook of the peer group as a consequence of what is happening in the family. So I think that the challenges that the boy and the girl child are subjected to are different. Their circumstances are the same. So there should be a special focus on this to make parents understand. There's a lot of parent counseling that takes place in schools, in parent teachers meetings, when parents are invited to the school. They will talk about the subjects, their marks, but this is an important part of it. The counseling to the parents should be is, don't make them different. They are different. Biologically, they are different. The girl child will grow up to be a woman and she will learn, and the boy child will grow up to be a man. They will understand their responsibilities, yeah. But when it comes to challenges, when it comes to emotions, when it comes to problems that they face, they are the same, yeah. So let the boy child also be treated in the same way as the girl child, that he should be allowed to express himself. He should be allowed to talk about it. He should be allowed to be weak, because it's from the weakness that you now grow to be strong, isn't it?
Yes.
But from the time you are weak, if you are told that you are strong, then that is your level of strength. It stops at that. Yeah. You see, my first child was born just around the time when social media was coming in. And as he was growing up, we realized, both me and my wife, that he is going to have a lot more input from other people than us. We cannot stop him from knowing and seeing things that we don't want him to know and see. So how are we going to handle this? Yeah. And at that stage we decided, you see, when a child grows up, whether it's a boy child or a girl child, you have the parental influence at home on which the child has no control in the first few years.
Yeah.
So the child has to take what the parents give. But there's another parallel influence, that's the peer influence. When the child goes out, there the child doesn't have to take what is given to the child.
Yeah.
The child has the decision to accept or not to accept. So people don't realize, parents don't realize, that the peer influence is almost always more and bigger and long lasting than the parental influence. You can teach values at home, they will stick, but you can't teach life at home.
Yeah.
They learn life from their peer group. So we thought hard about this, and we could see telephones and digital phones in the hands of everybody, little kids using that. So we decided that there's only one way for you to be able to influence your child more than the rest of the world, because now the peer group is no more on the street, it's in the phone. A child can connect with a child in the United States. People have podcasts, Instagram, this and that, So that child is literally exposed to every other child in the world without your knowledge. So there's only one way to do that. And we said, okay, the only way to do that is you have to be your child's best friend. Because it's from the friends that the child takes advice.
Yes.
He will not listen to you because he thinks his friend is his friend.
Yeah.
And his friend is sincere. And my father is pushing me. Yeah. So, but when your child knows that your father is your best friend, so me and my wife, we decided that for our kids, we have to make sure that we are better friends than the friends they are making on the phone and outside.
Yeah.
So that is the key here. And that is applicable to boys especially as compared to the girls, because the girls, are put under a lot of pressure at home, learning home skills, growing up to be a good woman, a good wife, a good mother, So the pressure is different. So all the girls go through that, So they start leaning in that direction. Whereas the boys are put under different kind of pressure. Look, you have to grow up, you have to take care of your sister, you have to take care of your wife, you have to take care of... So he already grows up under so much challenges, And he is not sure whether he's going to be able to make it or not. He has such huge financial responsibilities. Even after he's married, he still has to take care of the rest of the family. And this is how the whole world is. So you have to be the best friend of your child, so that as he is growing up, when you advise him, he takes the advice seriously.
Yes.
And he knows that, yes, what my father is telling me and my mother is telling me is the best thing for me. If he fails in an exam, instead of sharing it with his friend and hiding it from the father and mother, he comes to tell you first, because he knows you are not going to start announcing it or shouting on him and humiliate him or make him feel bad, So I think that when it comes to parental input, the first most important thing that parents must learn is, it's quite common to see parents shouting on their children, beating them, You think you're going to make a good man out of him. No, you won't. You only make a good man of him. You make him to pretend to be a good man until he leaves your house.
That's right.
Yeah. But if you are genuinely a friend of your son, even when that son goes out, all the challenges he faces, he will come back to you. He will talk to you about it. I know a lot of boys are into drugs, which was completely absent in Nigeria in the 80s. It was just not there. We never heard about it. In my early practice, we rarely came across a child that would be taking drugs. Now so many children are into drugs, and they get this from their friends outside. Now if they were so close to you, the first time they enjoy that drug, they will come and tell you about it, and then you will talk to them and say, look, it's nice, it's fun, but in the end this is what's going to happen to you. So you are in a better position to keep. But what happens now is, when he does that, the friend also tells him, don't tell your dad, he will stop you from doing this, So you have to be your child's best friend. Nigeria is a great country. The Nigeria I have seen in the 70s and 80s, you people have not seen that. Yeah. This was the most tolerant country in the world, one of the most economically prosperous country in the world, where people with different ethnicities, different religions could stay together, that had the ability to forgive and forget in a very short time, whatever happened, It is still there.
Yes.
But this is not what is being projected outside. There are problems, but those problems are there everywhere. They're not specific to Nigeria. I've traveled all over the world. Yeah. Okay, my name is Dr. Hassan, and it will be a great pleasure and honor for me to be at the Great Achievers Award. And in addition to attending the function, we will also ensure that you can get some kind of free health checks before you go in to attend the function. Some of our staff and our ambulance and doctors will be there to do this for you.